Hello and welcome to this new channel, Brink Books, where we will look at my books and make them obsolete and redundant because I'm giving all the goods for free here on YouTube. That was a business model that sounded much better before I just said it out loud. And I'm sorry for being up in your face like this. It's the only way to get my voice through the teeny tiny microphone. I originally did this sitting across a table from you, as it were, man to man, and my voice wouldn't carry 3 feet. So I ended up having to shout at you like a lunatic, as if I were angry that you had come to my channel, where it's just the opposite. I'm very, very happy to see you, and thank you for coming. And if it looks like I'm barely suppressing a smile, it's true, I am. I'm not laughing at you. I had trouble. There, you see, now I'm looking at myself. I'm wired to look at a human being in the eyes, not stare at a tiny dot of a camera. So I put this little placeholder, this little fairy, just behind the camera, and I'm speaking to her directly, just as if I were speaking directly to you. Sir Michael Caine once taught me, right here on YouTube, something about eye focus and concentration, and I was not able to do it without the help of my little friend. Well, it's a beautiful morning here in Fukuyama City, in Hiroshima Prefecture. I think the hottest of the summer heat is gone, and we're heading into autumn. Mornings and nights are beginning to get a little cooler. And now I'm going to leave nose cam and enter into presentation mode, and we'll begin with our program. Find the button. Okay, insert a little intro music here, and smooth segue. And now it sounds like I'm spitting in your ears. Sorry about that. I think this microphone came out of a box of Rice Krispies. 4 years ago, in 2017, Fuji Television, a major network, this is their Tokyo headquarters, broadcast photos of what they think, and I think, is the decomposing body of a Hibagon. The Hibagon is a large, hairy, bipedal forest creature, often compared with Bigfoot. I say it is the Japanese Bigfoot. Now, these photos never made it over to the North American Bigfoot community, mainly on account of the language barrier. You've already been patient with me, and you're already 4 years behind, so I'm going to show you these photos right now, and then I'll say a few words about them. Viewer discretion is advised. This is a decomposing corpse. So this is the body found by local farmers. It was 2 meters long and humanoid, clearly bipedal. Fuji TV is here pointing out the bones of a 5-fingered hand. The feet, you might be wondering, we know from footprints, they all have a mid-tarsal break. And this is the head. Just give you a moment to look. I showed these photos to one hematologist, one pediatric surgeon, one trauma surgeon, and a radiologist. 3 dentists and their assistants, one veterinarian and his assistants, and a primatologist. Everyone says, some of them a little reluctantly, but everyone says it's a real body. And no one can tell me what it is. Hiroshima police investigated the Hibagon years ago. They say it's real, whatever it is. Kobe University sent a research team down here. They say it's real. Meiji University sent a research team down here. They say it's real. Saijo Yuki City Hall, they're since now a part of Shobara City, at that time created a new office, the Department of the Ape Clerk. You have to give it to the Japanese. They took this thing seriously, didn't hide their heads under the covers and pretend it didn't exist. This Hibagon creature is probably the most documented Bigfoot in Bigfoot history. I will back up that claim at another time. I spent about 2 years going through Japanese primary and secondary sources. I found a very valuable ape clerk document that hasn't been talked about in 45 years. Further back, you find dozens of reports of these creatures, sometimes very detailed with precise locations and the names of eyewitnesses from 400 years ago. There is an extensive record of this type of creature in Japan. I go to the Mount Hiba region, hike all over, talk with residents. Some of them will tell you it's real. I have found intriguing things off trail, way back in the bush, that when I tell you, they should make your skin rise up in goosebumps. These Hibagon creatures are real. They are still there, and they are dangerous, in my opinion. Well, it's all in this book that I'm pushing, now in its second edition. I made some new discoveries this summer that kind of changed the whole Hibagon paradigm. In July, the Hiroshima Prefecture Library and Archives chose my book for preservation. They think it's an important cultural work. Go figure. So before my book got frozen in carbonite forever and ever, I hurried up and got that new information in there. And that's why we have a second and final edition. If you are stuck holding the first edition, hold on. I've got a deal for you. Send me a photo of yourself holding up my first edition, along with your name and address, and I will send you the second edition free. This is not a recall. The first edition is not defective. It just missed a connection that might be important to your health and well-being. Okay. What do you think about these photos? Everyone's opinion is, of course, welcome. I would especially like to hear from Bigfoot eyewitnesses, more doctors, pathologists, paleontologists, forensic face reconstructors. If you'd like to know more about this Hibagon, I am proposing a free online course right here on YouTube. No memberships, no fees. Just tune in and listen along, and I'll tell you everything I know. Well, not everything. Almost everything. So if anyone is interested in that, tell me that below. I think if we can get half a dozen, or maybe a dozen, really curious and open-minded people, then we could get going. I think the more brains we can bring to this, the better we'll all come to understand it. Okay, I'm a slow talker. You might want to speed up your video next time. And I need a better recording setup, so I'm going to look into that. Next video, if you like, I will show you the whole Fuji TV segment with the sound turned off because it's in Japanese and for copyright. But I'll talk over it in English, explaining what's going on. I'm Kyle. I probably should have said that in the beginning. I'm not an expert. I don't have a degree in Bigfootology. I'm just an old varmint hunter from northern Ontario, now in beautiful Fukuyama City. We've had Hibagon sightings within our city limits. We're 40 miles from Mount Hiba, if you're a bird, and I'm not a bird. It's 2 or 3 hours by car, depending on whether you like guardrails or not. I like guardrails. Okay, thank you for your time, and everybody have a great day. And once more from nose cam, just to, there you are. And once more from nose cam, just to stamp my face as well as my name on this project. Thank you from the fairy and me for watching.